Alex here from Bored at Work, and we're taking a look at the SanDisk iXpand flash drive. Now this is a peculiar device. It's rather a first of its kind that Dundee would like to say that this garners some attention from the folks over at SanDisk. Now this is the 32GB model. They do have various other models. You have the 16, the 32 here, 64, and 128 being the big daddy. Now this is what it looks like. This is a flash drive, but it is used to transfer media content to and from Apple devices, specifically iPhones, but you can do iPads and computers as well as iPod touches as well if you still use those devices. Now from the outside looking in, the memory is nice, but the exterior is actually Apple-like as well. You have the space gray like gunmetal look. You also have the USB that is going to be plugged into your computer in order to transfer the files. You have your lightning port there, and this does actually come out. As you can see here, this is rather flexible. This is in order to incorporate or kind of be able to be used with other cases on an iPhone or an iPad, etc. So it does work well in versatility as well as being able to be multifunctional and very simple. Now this does coincide as well with hardware, and that hardware and software combination is what makes this a very compelling device. This isn't your average flash drive, and with iOS devices we all know how difficult it is to have basic media transferred. So with that said, we're going to take a full look at the SanDisk iXpand flash drive for iOS devices. Even before we start off on the features of the iXpand flash drive, I'm just going to get right to the point. These drives are rather expensive for what they offer. Apple does have a premium price tag to them, and with that you're going to get accessories that kind of go with that as well. This 32GB model sells for $79.99. Going down in storage, you'll obviously get the cheaper prices, but going up in price when it comes to the 64 and 128, get in that $100 price range. So be ready to spend some cash for this device. So just to let that be known, we're going to look at some of the features that this does provide. You have automatically sync photos and videos. That kind of goes with that software aspect that I mentioned before. And you have the ability to free up space on your device now that you're able to kind of transition that and give it onto the storage device, which is always pleasant to see. Now the beautiful thing about this drive is that it supports all video formats, at least the ones that you know you're going to be using. So if you use like the torrent, if you like to download videos and movies, this is definitely going to be something that you want to take with you. Now this definitely helps with the iPad and going on flights and taking it with your kids or whatever you choose to do with your iOS device. It's definitely convenient to have. So in that aspect, it's a great standalone feature in itself to have video format. Now it is durable, again, for that flexibility that I mentioned before. And you also have high-speed transfers, which I'm going to allude to when I showcase the software side of the SanDisk iXpand flash drive. Encrypted files, this is pretty great, and for you privacy advocates out there and you nutcases that don't like anyone seeing what you share on the internet, this is for you. You have the ability to control what you want to see when you transfer content. So, and it's also password protected if you wanted to do that. So that's as well a good choice by SanDisk to incorporate here. Now this is actually a disadvantage that I find with this device particularly because it needs to be charged. It does not take the power from the iOS device you are using. It needs to be charged separately. Now the battery life has not been a problem, so that's not really the case here. It's just the idea of having to charge a flash drive. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I feel as if SanDisk could have found a way to gather energy, low power energy, from your iOS device. But in its totality, these are the main features of this flash drive, and it is something that I'm very interested in seeing with the software and a continuation in other products in the future. I have my iPhone here, and it's a very simple process to use a flash drive with your iOS device. Now, particularly when you first plug this in to your lightning port at the bottom there, you get a prompt to download the software app with this drive, which is very convenient. You don't have to go searching for it in the App Store. It just downloads automatically. Now, it's located right there for you. So when you click this here, you're going to see the SanDisk logo. Now, I do apologize for the brightness. I have no idea what's going on with my brightness right now. See if we can get this going. I do have a glass screen protector, so it does kind of cause issues sometimes with my notification bar. So I guess that's one issue beyond itself that's not related to the video. But as you can see there, that's the software without it really being connected, and you can get a gist of what happens with the software. You have camera sync, my downloads, transfer contacts, the help button, as well as settings. Now those are nice and dandy. Those are nothing new. I think the features down here, which makes it very compelling, software and hardware experience. Now I'm going to zoom in here, and as you can see, this is the iPhone space remaining. Now I have a 64GB model, and I have a ton of memes downloaded on my phone. I really don't take pictures, I just download a lot of stuff from the internet, and this lets me know my storage capacity within the phone itself without having me go out of settings to see how much do I have, which is genius within itself. But it also allows me to see this drive space remaining on the actual SanDisk itself as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to showcase what happens when you plug this in and how the UI kind of reacts to that as well. So we're going to plug this in here. It is flexible, but it's a tough flexible, so got to kind of get used to that. As you can see, I plugged it in. I'm going to zoom back out just a little bit just to show you how it looks on the iPhone. Again, it kind of does have a very similar color tone, if not a duplicate color tone. So I really have no problem with that, but I'm surprised SanDisk was able to get that to kind of go with the iPhone there. So I unlocked the device, and as you can see, after plugging it in, there is a little green button there that lights up, lets you know that it is on and that it is somewhat charged. It's really hard to see with the lighting here. Do apologize about that. That is going to sum up my take on the SanDisk iXpand flash drive. I never thought that I would feel so compassionate and connected to a flash drive, but when you have iOS devices and you know how troublesome media transfer is and mobility as well, this SanDisk thing comes extremely handy. Now the combination of it being 32GB, I feel as though the $79.99 price tag is fair because of what it offers. You do have encryption technology, you have great software experience, you also have great durability and versatility in terms of just the way the hardware looks. This is a high quality flash drive, externally and internally, so that's always a plus to have. This is the ultimate travel companion. If you have an iOS device, if you have kids, if you love to watch media on the go, you have to get this device. It's just one of those small accessories that fit anywhere, and they do a lot more than what they look like they can do. Be sure to like, share, favorite the video, comment in the sections below. This is Lex from Bored at Work, and remember to always enjoy your entertainment and press that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks, folks.